Hi, everyone. This is Dr. David Weinthal, and I am so excited to have everyone here today. Those of you that are joining us live, I hope you'll come in and announce yourself in our chat room and tell us who you are and where you're from, because we'd love to hear from you. So I just want to say happy Father's Day and many blessings to each and every one of you on this wonderful summer solstice. I can't believe it. We are halfway through our rotation around the earth. And when we started this 6 months ago doing the winter solstice, I was setting seeds for this year, and so were you. And what an amazing journey these last 6 months have been for me. And I know my partner in crime here, Artemis Kazan, he is here with us, and he's joining us here today to be my co-host and to help this be an amazing transformational webinar for each and every one of us. And so, you know, we're going to talk about, our theme today is transforming fear and anxiety and stress into your passion and purpose. And we're really talking about here is our hearts according to Chinese medicine, and how the heart and fear lodge into what we call the fire element. And in Chinese medicine, we have 5 different elements, and summertime is the representation of the fire element. And we're going to break it down for you today. We're going to break down the fire element. We're going to break down the heart according to Chinese medicine. We're going to diagnose it, and we're going to give you some healthy and helpful tools to kind of help us to navigate the heart and to reduce the anxiety and stress that we all have on a daily basis, and to start building up what we can with our chi and our energy. So I just want to introduce my partner, Artemis. Artemis, why don't you say hello to everyone?
Hey everybody, Artemis here. So excited about this topic today. I've just loved learning from David about the ancient wisdom of Chinese medicine, and the summer solstice is here. So let's get into this content.
Absolutely. So I just want to let you all know that once we break things down, I have just completed my brand new program called Zen to Wellness. And I know some of you, after we get through this material today, you're going to feel like you really want to work with me on a little deeper basis. Try and travel deeply through the heart. We're going to do a 4-week transformational program, and I'm going to tell you a lot more about this in just a little bit. So we're going to get right into it, because I know we got a lot of content to cover, and I want to help myself and everyone else here to do some transformational work during this time. So we're talking about the fire element. There's 5 elements in Chinese medicine. And so fire is representing the summer, and we are here. This is the first day of summer, and I can see that this is going to be an amazing summer, at least for me. I feel the energy coming in. There's so much happening in the next 2 months through the 2 zodiac signs of summer. And this can be a very, very tough time for some of us when the fire is intense. And so these first 2 months, the first month of Cancer is very, very intense emotionally. And so some of us are feeling it already. And so we're going to break it down. The heart in traditional Chinese medicine sees the heart as the chief. We call it the commander in chief. You won't be able to really live without your heart. And so in Chinese medicine, there's layers of the heart. And in spirituality, there's different layers of the heart. We're going to touch a little bit about each one of those and give you a little bit of like a definition. And we're going to talk about some of the signs and symptoms we see in each one of these layers. So first of all, let's break it down. Physical, emotional, and spiritual layers of the heart, according to traditional Chinese medicine. Now, for most of us, we live in the physical world. We're attached to the physical heart. We know when we are having issues with our heart, okay? Because many of us are taking medication. We have heart disease, or we have family history of heart disease. And it may be showing up in us as hypertension, high blood pressure, some cardiac maybe a heart attack, maybe showing up as coronary artery disease. Any one of these things should be a sign to you that something is happening physically with the heart, but also understanding that this layer of the heart is starting to get calcified. It's getting rigid. There's no movement, no expansion of your vessel. And so many people just don't see it. They just see the physical aspect. Okay, I have high blood pressure. I'm going to go to the doctor. They're going to give me a pill. And they never really take the time to really embrace what they need to do to unwind these problems. And that's the biggest thing. Today is consciousness is everything. Your thoughts move your energy. And so in Chinese medicine, your thought moves the qi. And if you realize that you are having some type of problem physically with your heart, then you should be consciously aware of what's happening and doing things consciously to help yourself. So when we have a lot of physical problems, a lot of times they're coupled with emotions that can be tied to the physical heart issues. And so what we are talking about today in our webinar is anxiety, irritability that lead to a deeper level of palpitations, ultimately leading our emotional heart to the most difficult problem that causes insomnia or difficulty sleeping. I know for me, this is not a huge issue. I don't usually have trouble sleeping, but when I'm under enormous stress or I'm really excited about something, I know that I sometimes can't turn my mind off. I can't get to sleep. I just am so worked up about things that are happening inside of me that I'm sitting there waiting. So for me, my tool is to get up out of bed and start to work on things instead of just sitting there. Many people, many of my patients will take supplements and then ultimately take prescription medications to kind of to deal with this issue. And today's webinar is we can handle these issues. We can tap them out. We can do mantras to help do those things, to help reduce the toxic overload in our emotional heart so that we can start to feel this calmness that's inside of us. And once we tap into that place of stillness, calmness, reducing that energy, that frequency that's inside the heart, getting it back to its center, then we can operate from a much different level. And I just did that for you. I went from this elevated energy and tuned into my heart and got really clear on the message that I really wanted to give to you. You might have heard me in my explanation try and guide you into that heart space, guide us in. And then the third level is the spiritual level. In Chinese medicine, we say that the spiritual heart is linked to a word called Shen. And Shen in Chinese medicine is that inner wisdom, that inner spirit, that inner light. In my spiritual practice, we talk about 4 layers of the heart. We talk about the outside layer, our connection with the world. The second layer is the emotional connection, our feelings and how we connect to the world. Our third layer is our connection to our own individual soul. And then the fourth layer, which we call a secret layer. But when you tap into this layer, it's like the analogy is a raindrop that falls from the heaven, finds its way to the earth and travels through a puddle to a pond, to a stream, to a river, to the ocean, to ultimately where that individual drop dissolves into the ocean, and there is no difference between that drop and the rest of the other drops. And ultimately, that's talking about our own traveling as a soul. When our light connects with other lights and we become one light, we return to that oneness that we all crave in our lives, even though some of us may not be able to articulate that. So those are the different layers I wanted to bring in. I wanted to diagnose it. I wanted to lay out the anatomy of the traditional Chinese medicine way of looking at the heart, and then this spiritual layering of the heart, because really it's all about understanding, and we could talk a whole 8 hours on all of these terms and what they mean. But just for today, understand that these are different layers and different pieces of ourselves that we should be tapping into. And meditation is a great way to listen to ourselves and to tap into these different places. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that a little later on.
Yeah, David, I think it's also really helpful for everyone to understand is that as they understand the signs and symptoms of their physical heart, what's going on physically, like with blood pressure and stress and physical symptoms, when they nourish the physical, it opens up for the emotional heart to be touched and transformed, which then opens up for the spiritual heart and the spiritual layers to be expressed more fully. And so knowing that we're mind, thought, word, and feeling, and that the fire element in the heart organ is it's the center of our being. The heart is in the center of our body with 3 chakras above and 3 chakras below. And so it's such an important aspect physically, emotionally, and spiritually to have in balance, because it's literally the fulcrum or the center point for our internal and external worlds.
Absolutely. And you know, that's a beautiful point that you were making, Artemis, and that leads me right into the next segment that I wanted to talk about, which is diagnosing. And what we're diagnosing really here is talking about 2 different syndromes that we see in Chinese medicine. You know, when we talk about Chinese medicine, we do different types of ways. We don't usually use blood tests on a daily basis to diagnose what's happening with an individual when you come into the office and see me. We use your tongue to diagnose. We look at your pulses to diagnose. We look at your eyes. We look at your energy field around your face. We look at your ears to diagnose what's happening. And we also take a great history and we listen to the body as it talks to us. We listen to what the person's saying, and then we look at everything that's happening around them. And we come up with a way to diagnose so that we can ultimately give feedback to treat. And what we're going to break down today is there's 2 different ways of looking at the heart in the scope of our conversation today. And the first one is excess. When you have too much heart energy, okay, and it's ungrounded. And so this is too much heart chi or passion. Now, the emotion of passion and joy really is magnified in what we call the emotion of love. And that's the characteristic of the heart. And so many of us have such a passion to share our love in the world. But we may not be grounded. We may be unrooted in the way that we're giving this passion. We may not have all the tools that we need to help bring our passion to the world. And so sometimes we're fumbling around trying to bring this passion, this love out to people. And we may be starting to burn ourselves out because we're giving so much that we give and give without having this cycle of receiving and giving at the same time. And so when we're unrooted and we have a non-connectivity, we give and sometimes we don't receive and we go to the next thing. And so what I'm saying is, find something in your life that you're passionate about, that you really want to share your love with, a person, a cause, a group, and really just focus on one thing until you realize who you are and how your nature is to give this love to the world. That's going to be your key. And that's what I charge you with from this webinar is find one thing that you can really diagnose, look at the anatomy of how you give this love to the world and really start to filter it in, bring that energy down inside of you, clean out the places where it's not clean inside of you, where you may be giving because you want to be seen, or you want to give because you want people to recognize what you're doing. you know, and come from a place ultimately of unconditional love. And what is the definition of unconditional love? Something that you can give without having to receive anything. And I mean, not even a smile, even though we all appreciate getting something, you know, it really, but then again, it kind of gets our ego in the way. And really, this is something about the heart, and it's our traveling, our own personal traveling through this life, where we really have to come into this place of really owning how to give unconditionally. So excess is about following your passion, but coming from a place where you can anchor it in and you can give and receive in that same moment. And that's what we're going to be building on. So a lot of times, excess is about unrooted passion. Now, on the opposite side of spectrum is a deficiency of heart chi. It's the person that has a dream to do something. They have this desire to give that message of love to the world. And when the divine creator puts this desire inside of us, he also couples it with a fear. And I can tell you from my own personal experience, you know, coming to this whole world of giving as an internet marketer and bringing out these teachings to the world, you know, I had no idea what I was doing at the beginning. And I started this 2 years ago, studying how to do this. I put on 2 telesummits. I'm now doing these webinars. And I know that each time I get so excited and I learn so much from these little projects that we do, that so that the next time we really do a better job. And so when somebody's deficient, that fear of making that action stops them from making their dreams a reality. And so what I want to ask you guys that are out there today, that are on the chat, what is it with you? Is it more excess? Do you feel unrooted inside your heart and you're just giving and giving and giving? Or do you feel a deficiency inside of you where you may feel like you can't move past this fear to really manifest the true reality you were supposed to bring to your heart? So why don't you go to the chat? We're looking to see if it's excess or deficiency. And I just want to tell everyone, thank you so much for doing the survey on the registration page. We got so much really great input. And I want to tell you that, you know, all of us, we all have issues. And we're going to be able to work, whether it's money fears, family problems. I mean, we got so many different views on there. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for participating, because engagement is such a key component with this medium. And I just want to tell you guys that I really appreciate you for being there with me. This is making it interactive, and I just love it.
Yeah, while we're waiting on some responses from our guests today, I was thinking about, you know, my own heart, where my heart is right now in terms of excess or deficiency. And, you know, I've always had a lot of passion in my life and been loving to teach and share and learn. I've got, you know, 65,000 hours of training in holistic medicine. I've served for 15 years, probably 10,000 people. And I've overcome a lot of fear to get my message and my passion out to the world through, you know, books and ebooks and webinars and videos and programs. And that fear, it held me back for like 10 years in my career, until I started getting tools like we're going to teach today, like the Ho'oponopono healing mantra, EFT tapping techniques, herbal medicine. Like I started taking Chinese tonic herbs 15 years ago, and then I doubled it up more and more and got more proficient with it. All these helped me heal the fear and have faith. And fear is faith returning, faith in ourselves, faith in our dreams, faith in God in us, faith in others to support us. You know, there's so much faith to be named and really claimed in our life as we heal some of these fear patterns. And so that's the heart and kidney relationship that's so beautifully taught in Chinese medicine.
Absolutely. And thank you, Artemis, for sharing, because you know what? No matter where you are, fear is always something that's going to be one of our challenges. And so with all of these tools that we're going to be working with in just a few minutes, these are tools that are really there to help us to reduce this toxic overload of fear that's inside of us, whether it's manifesting physically or emotionally, or even just got our spirit down. You know, when we're talking about spirit or Shen, it's about, what does your light look like in the world? When you take a quick look at what's happening with you, how bright is your light being in the world? How do you influence people? Can you just walk in the room and with your heart energy send love to everyone? Or are you in such a place where you can't even think about that? Mm-hmm. So, you know, these are the things that we need to talk about and bring things up. I mean, I see we've gotten some nice responses. I think it's
Sumna?
Yeah, excess. And then Mari told us it's a little bit of both, perhaps fluctuates. The root cause would be the same as too much giving with little self-care leads me to depletion. Exactly what we're talking about here. Thank you, Mari. And all of you, I know whether you're responding to us on the chat or not, I just want to say that I know that each and every one of us are completely in the same place. We may not look, it may look a little different, but we're all constantly working on ourselves. Okay, so Artemis, have we transitioned? I think we are.
Well, I think before we go on to some of the tools, let's look at what Mari said about, you know, too much giving with little self-care leads her to depletion. One of the simple ways to correct that in consciousness and heart is I now receive with ease. I now receive what specifically? What does your heart desire to have? Is it love? Is it money? Is it nurturing? Is it, you know, I now receive with ease. So just the affirmation of I now receive with ease, and opening up that negative battery pole, that positive battery pole, which is balancing the two sides of the heart, excess or deficiency. You know, so like when you start to open up and receiving, and you just say these affirmations every day, for Mari, that's going to really help her see what areas in my life am I not letting in, and how can I bring more balance in receiving just by the affirmation on a daily basis. And that's been a huge one for me. I receive.
Absolutely. You know, and one that we were working on together was I can create what I desire.
Yeah.
And so, and for you guys that know me, I've just put together this entire program, did a video. I just did this huge thing, this huge project all by myself. And it was an amazing experience, especially for the fact that I was working with this mantra, and every one of my team members were unable to help me to finish this project. And I was really crushed to have to do everything myself. And I tell you, I used that mantra all the way through, and I was able to complete this amazing task that I was so overwhelmed. And then I just hunkered down and just said the mantra, did the work, overcome the obstacles that were in my way, and push through these membranes. And I'm so happy I did. So happy that I was able to really do this on my own. It really showed me that I was able to step up and go beyond the things that I thought I was unable to do because of technology and not knowing what was happening. Don't let that stop you, and don't let technology stop you from doing something that's your passion. So I wanted to, we're going to start by doing one of our tools. I think what we should do is start with the healing mantra. And the healing mantra is, I like to call it just the healing mantra. Many people know it as Ho'opono. It's a spiritual Hawaiian practice that's in English. And it's an amazing 4 lines that are heart opening and an opportunity to go into forgiveness and gratitude. And so I'm going to do a little screen share for everyone. And we're going to pull that up right now so everyone can follow along with us.
While you're pulling
And
up the screen share, the heart emotionally represents many of our love relationships, people we've loved in the past, love now, or are learning to love. And so this mantra is for our love and our love relationships as it relates to the heart.
okay, so we've got that on. We're presenting this to everyone right now. I hope everyone can see it. And Artemis, me and you, why don't we? So first of all, let me run through what I call the healing mantra, and I give this to almost every single one of my patients that come and see me in the office. Get this on their first day, because when I tap into the heart frequency with them, no matter what their issue is, we start to see dramatic improvement in their symptoms very, very quickly, especially with the acupuncture. If I can relieve the toxic crap that's inside their heart, even just for a moment, and I usually do this with them for like 1 or 2 minutes, 1 minute. And 1 minute sounds like a short amount of time, but they can go from irritability and frustration to calmness and peace within 1 minute. And it's so powerful. And the first question I ask them is, when I say I love you, how do you feel? And they say, great. I say, now say I love you to yourself. When was the last time you say this? And they say, you know what? I don't think I've ever said I love you to myself. And I say, that's your homework assignment. You know, I mean, I have them say I love you to themselves while they're brushing their teeth, looking eye to eye at themselves in the mirror. And it's so profound. They come and see me and they say, that was the hardest thing I ever had to do. I could only do it for 1 minute. I had to look away at myself. It was so intense. And so it's a huge thing to be able to look at yourself in the eyes, because we say the eyes are the window to the soul. And the soul really needs to hear, I love you. It's so powerful. It's the food for the soul. It's the music of the soul. So I am sorry, please forgive me, as a way for humbleness, for the heart to start to bow. And then thank you is like already the blessings are coming to you for bowing of your heart. We're bowing to all of the things that we have put in front of the heart, and we're getting rid of those things. We're putting ourselves at the feet of our Creator, and we're asking for those blessings, the things that are just waiting for us to receive. In fact, those blessings are always coming at us. It's ourselves that create these walls from really tapping into the blessings. So I like to do a little sing-song voice with it. I hope you'll join in with me, Artemis.
Yes.
And so what we're going to do is, let's just do a quick session with us. Everyone, take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Now inhale to begin. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. If you have your eyes closed, keep them closed. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale. Take another deep breath in. And exhale. Last time, take a nice deep breath in and hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4, and release. Let everything go. Keep your eyes closed for just one moment. Just tune in to your body. Feel what's happening with your body. Feel any type of shift that's happened. And we're back.
Awesome.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. So that's the healing mantra. And very powerful. I can feel myself very, very centered in my heart right now. And give us a little shout out if that was good for you. We'd love to hear your feedback on the healing mantra. And so we're moving along in this while we're in this heart space. I just want to take a moment, if you'll indulge me for a second. I just want to tell everyone about this amazing opportunity that I just finished putting together, my brand new program called the Zen to Wellness. And so the Zen to Wellness is a brand new 4-week transformational program, live and interactive transformational program that I'm going to be putting together, that I put together, and that we are going to be starting this Thursday, the 25th. And during this call, you're going to have an opportunity to go to the page. You can check out more information a little later on. But this is an amazing opportunity. We're going to do a deep, deep dive into the heart. We're going to look at it. We're going to go week 1. We're going to really do a deep dive into the physical aspect of the heart. We're going to look at what's happening with the physical heart. It's all about what we need to do to de-stress our lives and our physical body and to bring more flow and balance into our lives. Week 2 is all about your mind and what you need to do to let go of whatever isn't serving you. We're going to be teaching you some deep, powerful tools to upgrade your mindset and to create this power of longevity in our minds. And you're also going to learn about, I'm going to talk about some key superfoods you need to upgrade and feed your brain and enhance your nervous system. Week 3 is all about the heart. And we're going to discover the power of the emotional heart with the ancient acupressure techniques. We're going to go over this right now, but we're going to do even more because we're going to have a whole entire class on talking about the heart. And we're going to have different types of protocols for tapping. And we're going to also discern between different voices that we hear inside of us, how to hear the voice of the divine creator within you. And on week 4, we're going to bring it all together. We're going to bring physical, mental, emotional into the spiritual realms. We're going to talk about spirit, the deepest layer of our heart. We're going to talk about cultivating meditations and visualization techniques. We're going to talk about toning this in and integrating it with our body. And then we're going to bring this experience all together. And bonus-wise, we're going to have 2 Q&A calls. And for everyone that signs up with with this project, the Zen to Wellness project, you're going to get my complete Breakthrough to Wellness program, which is an amazing program in itself. It's my year-long cleansing program and detox and cleansing program with whole entire recipes according to the seasons. I'm going to give that as a bonus. And I have an amazing Qigong video that I just produced. And we're going to do in a complete class to learn my Qigong. It's called Awakening the Soul Qigong Practice. It's very easy to do. It's very powerful. I have a 10-minute tutorial Qigong video that you're going to be able to use over and over and over again to use this. And my new message is you can change your life with as little as 10 minutes a day of meditation. And that's really the message that I'm bringing out here, is that when we are praying and asking the divine creator for things, we also have to start to listen. And the only way that we can hear what's really happening is if we get quiet. If we start to listen, if we start to meditate, that's when we can hear the divine voice that's deep within us. And so that's an amazing thing. I just want to let you know that it is specially priced for today only. We have an amazing offer. It's a priceless program that I put together, but I have it at a very special price. It's very affordable for everyone. It's $197 today through midnight. After midnight, it goes to $297. And if you thought about doing a transformational program where you want to go deep with spiritual work and look at things physically that you can do to help yourself, this is the program for you. So that's it. You're going to have an opportunity to listen more deeply on the sales page. I put together a video for you guys to get more information on that. And you're certainly welcome to chat about that if you have any specific questions. Okay, so moving on.
I do want to comment on your program because, you know, you and I have been teaching for, gosh, over 15 years. And we've learned and cultivated so much awareness of our hearts and the wisdom of Chinese medicine and nutrition and superfoods and tapping. And, you know, you're a master of the Kabbalah and all these rich understandings. And I want to say I love the 4-week program and how it builds on itself, like beginning with the physical and then mental and emotional and spiritual, and just going deeper and deeper into strengthening your heart physically, expanding the heart, connecting to the spirit, and then being able to hear the voice of spirit within. It's such a holistic training program that you put together. And as you were teaching it to me, I was getting excited, like, hey, I want to do this too. This is so awesome, to give people the opportunity to address every pillar of their heart and strengthen and renew every pillar of their heart. Deborah, one of our guests, when she did the healing mantra, she said, I love it. I feel like my heart is emptying of grief. And I said, awesome, Deborah, let it go and breathe in the joy of the breath of life. And, you know, the lung and heart are connected in breath, you know, and grief is lung. And so she was feeling that mantra heal her heart and her lungs at the same time. Very awesome.
I know. That's my good friend, Deborah. Hi, Deborah. Doing a shout out to you in West Palm Beach. I just happen to be here in Florida, so we should connect. So, hey, everyone out there, I'm so happy that, you know, just so easy to connect with your heart, but we don't take enough opportunities to do so. And it's the greatest gift that we can do as a human being, as this experience that we're all going together, is to share that piece of us that we usually hide from everyone, especially our own selves, is really to getting to know our own hearts and what our message is to share with this world. And each one of us have amazing gifts. If you only knew how special you all were, and what potential you have, and what healing capacity each one of us has to help ourselves and everyone around us. We think of ourselves as something so small when we are so big. And we're so powerful, and it's an amazing opportunity. And I hope that you're really feeling this, that's coming through from me, because my heart is just like bursting as I'm talking about this. Okay, so I think that we need to we're going to transition into our next tool, which is our tapping exercise. And I'm going to pull up our screen share for everyone to see. Okay, everyone. So this is EFT, or in Chinese medicine, we just like to call it tapping, acupressure points on the body. Now, each one of these points, many people will tell you that they're different points, but I'm going to tell you from an esoteric acupuncture view of this, every one of these points are heart points. They're all heart points, every single one of them. They're spiritual points to help us to guide ourselves to tap in. So when you're looking at, and I think you can see my cursor on your screen, when we're talking about the top of your head, we're talking not the real top, but just a little bit posterior of the top, and you're hitting the back of the crown. And so in Chinese medicine, we call this Tian Ma, or the Heaven's Gate. and that's where we're tapping. We're opening up that crown chakra, and that crown chakra is linked directly to the heart, because that energy that comes from the universe spirals down through our brain all the way down our central column, which is our nervous system, into lodging that light into our hearts. And then when we're tapping on the side of our eyes, this is just the awareness of opening the spiritual eye, the opening up, clearing all of this stuff of how I know it's around the physical eye, but it's really opening the spiritual eye. And we're talking about the third eye, but also the eye of the soul, which is in this spiritual realm, from anywhere from your solar plexus to the top of your head. And so we have these three different points: the one by the eyebrow, or the center point, and then the your temple area on the side of your head, and then underneath the eye, and then we go underneath the nose, and then underneath the bottom lip. Now these 2 points are very, very sensitive on people, and they're points to help resuscitation. And so when we're resuscitating ourselves, we're shocking the heart to go into calmness. So if there's one point that you want to do, if you're out of control, tapping underneath your nose is a very, very, very powerful point to really center yourself and come directly into that alignment with your heart, and to resuscitate it and to bring it back into its normal rhythm. And then we have a point that's right here on the clavicle, right above the heart, but it's underneath the bone, your collarbone. And that one is a kidney point that's also a heart point, a fire point. And that's what this point right here is, actually what we call a ghost point or a heavenly point. And so this taps into the celestial realms by tapping into that place where it merges what I was calling a heart-kidney axis. It brings love and fear into balance. And then the point that's underneath your armpit brings it all together. And then that one right there is heart 1. And so it's the beginning of the heart meridian. So that's the point system. What I'm going to do is this. I'm going to, should I leave that up, or should I put myself back on if we're going to do a little exercise?
Put yourself back on so they can
Okay.
witness you tapping the points and following along. And I really enjoyed the deeper explanation of how each of those points and the relationship and the meridians and what they mean, because every point is a gate of divine energy.
Absolutely.
So like being able to understand what these points actually mean in their Chinese understanding gives us a much deeper connection when we tap them. You know, we know we're connecting to these gates, these movements of specific frequencies of qi and energy.
Absolutely. Okay, so I wanted to make this a real experience. So Artemis is going to coach me through a healing session, and I want you guys to really be there with me. And so we're going to work through an issue that I think is going to be perfect for everyone. You know, I specifically said I wanted to transform some of the fear that I was feeling building up to this webinar. Not that I'm in fear about talking to you guys, but I had a lot of, you know, there's so many moving pieces. There's so many things that need to get done. There's that fear of not having enough that reigns inside of us. And I thought that that would be a great place, because a lot of you that left, that did the survey on the registration page, the essence of what you were saying is that there was not having enough, not enough money, not enough time, not enough energy, depletion from my family, depletion from negative family members that are toxic, a toxic environment. So whenever we get into this place where we're in judgment about ourselves, whether a situation's good or bad, this is an opportunity for real growth inside of us, because we're feeling lack. And so this exercise is what I want you guys to go in, and I want you to tap along with me as if you are being coached by me and Artemis during this time, and follow along with me. Say the same things I'm saying, and we're all going to have a powerful group experience of doing EFT tapping together. Okay? So I'm going to pass it over to Artemis, who's going to coordinate this healing with myself and everyone else.
Great. So the first point we're going to do is the karate chop point right here. And you can do your left hand or your right hand, either hand. Just start tapping along with me. And this is the fear of not having enough money. So repeat after me, David. I feel fear.
I feel fear
of not having enough money.
About not having enough money.
And where do you feel that fear in your body? Describe the fear and where you feel it.
Oh, I feel this one in my belly. I feel it. It kind of went into fear and then went right into worry. Yeah, it went to the next level.
Yeah, fear, worry, anxiety. So tap into that sensation in your body, because that's where the emotion is, and keep tapping. Repeat after me. Even though I feel fear.
Even though I feel fear.
About not having enough money.
About not having enough money.
And I'm worried about it.
And I'm worried about it.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love myself.
I deeply and completely love myself.
I deeply and completely love myself. I deeply and completely love myself.
Just the way I am.
Just the way I am.
Tap right on top of that. Even though I feel fear about not.
Even though I feel fear.
About not.
Even though I feel fear about not having enough.
I love and accept. I now love and accept myself.
I now love and accept myself.
Tap right here on top of the temples. I can love the fear and let it go now.
I can love the fear and let it go now.
Deep breath in. All this fear in my mind and body, I let it go.
All that fear in my mind and body, I can let it go. Wow, these are very intense points right up here.
Yeah.
We didn't really talk about these. These points that we're doing right here are gallbladder points. And gallbladder is that part where it attaches to the liver, about irritability and anger and stuff. So I must have some of that feelings deep inside underneath too.
Yeah. Every point has its own reference and intensity. And in more intense points, you linger there so you can move that blocked energy.
Exactly.
And then say with me now, it's okay, I'm okay.
It's okay, I'm okay.
It's safe.
It's okay, I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm okay now.
I'm okay now.
Yeah, it's safe to let all this fear go.
It's safe to let all this fear go.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love myself.
I now love and accept myself just the way
I now love and accept myself.
Take a deep breath in. And I choose to transform this fear.
I choose to transform this fear.
This fear of not having enough money.
This fear of not having enough money.
Into my faith.
Into my faith.
Faith in what, David?
Faith about having enough in my life.
Repeat after me. I have faith.
I have faith.
I have enough money.
I have enough money.
I have faith.
I have faith.
I receive money.
I receive money.
I allow money in.
I allow money in.
Yeah, I have faith.
I have faith.
In my value.
In my values.
In my money.
In my money.
I receive money.
I receive money.
And I allow money in.
And I allow money in.
Take 3 deep breaths. So money is always about value. And the fear is testing us. When we feel fear of lack and fear of not having enough, the first thing we need to do is to give value to ourselves through self-love, and give value to the world in some form or fashion, or product or service or coaching or counseling or conversation or hug. So I have faith in myself. I have faith in my value. I have faith I receive money. I have faith in my value. I value me. I value me. Yeah, I value me. And so that's really annihilating the fear, is remembering your own value around money and valuing yourself. And so as we touch the fear, we transmute it, we transform it into faith. And that's what's returning for every one of us, is that faith in ourselves. And then when it comes to fear of lack of money, it's faith in our value. Trusting in ourselves and valuing ourselves. Take another deep breath in. Repeat after me. I have faith in myself.
I have faith in myself.
Tap right here. I have faith in my value.
I have faith in my value.
I value me.
I value me.
Say it again. I value me.
I value me.
And now to finish our tapping session, we'll just heal and seal with some good affirmations. Now say with me, it is done, it is done, it is done.
It is done, it is done, it is done.
I value me, and so be it.
I value me, and so it is done.
Amen.
Amen. Awesome. All right, so Artemis, why don't you tell us a quick thing real quick about EFT and experience real quick.
Yeah, you know, I've done a lot of tapping over the past 3 years, ever since I learned the power of it, because a lot of us, we think it's silly, or it's just too weird, or why would we tap and say these words, and what does it do, and what happens when we use EFT, you know, consistently every day and every month of our life, when we can name fear that's affecting us and change it, you know, and tap it out. And tapping is such a simple tool to learn. I encourage everyone to use it for any negative emotion that comes up, and you start shifting patterns or removing blockages of chi and aligning your meridians. So if anything else, tapping is just balancing our own meridians. And when you learn how to tap out negative emotions, you're changing these patterns permanently. The more you do it, the more it works. So that's why you want to keep using the tool, because you go deeper into the layers of the emotional body and the memory body, and the deeper blockages in the meridians start coming out and expressing themselves. And when I started tapping a lot around money and fear of lack, I started attracting more clients, more opportunities, more business opportunities, more opportunities to give my value and my gift. That's why I could do the session today about value, because I had tapped away a lot of fear. And since then and now, I've tripled my income, and I have more opportunities than I can handle. So it's like now I get to learn how to focus and balance my heart chi by grounding my heart and my passion. So, you know, once you know your value and you tap on fear enough, then through faith, you get to get grounded in your passion and find ways to give your value more, and through your passion.
Awesome. So, no, that was a great explanation, and I wanted everyone to hear that, because I wanted to hear a different point of view. Absolutely, you're correct. When we're talking about congestion in the meridians, there's so much toxic information that's lodged inside of us. And, you know, EFT, or tapping, we should just call it tapping. Tapping can be done on anywhere on the body. When we talk about acupressure points, we're talking that anywhere you have pain, that's a blockage in the body. And you could be tapping on it using your conscious languaging that we are talking about, the EFT languaging, about identifying the fear and bringing the love to it. Even though I have blank irritability, anxiety, stressor in my life, I truly love and honor myself. This is the most important part that you should be taking away. That you're actually identifying the problem and bringing the remedy. The remedy is that you can be okay with this in your life. That you can not only be okay, but you can overcome this obstacle. And by doing these tapping points, we're going to free ourselves of that attachment we have to that negative emotion, that negative item that's in our life. And so we can use this to reduce the negative, the toxicity that we have in ourselves, whether it's something that's self-imposed or something that is external, another person, a situation that's causing external fear that's coming internally inside of us. And everything is about our view, our perspective about what's happening around us, whether it's something that's inside of us or something that's external. Excuse me. So that's what we have right there on that. I just wanted I wanted to let everyone know I've got a couple offers that are up, and I hope you can see that in your chat box. Causing external fear that's coming internally inside. What happened? With the
I apologize. I was checking our guest screen, make sure everyone was getting what they needed to hear.
Okay, good. Do you see the free offer on the green smoothie?
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I want to let everyone know that I have a free apple pie smoothie. Now, if you are not a smoothie person, I highly recommend. It's so nutritious to start doing smoothies in our life, especially during the summer season. Summer, it's all about eating things that are lighter on our bodies, eating greens, support the heart. This is a wonderful apple pie smoothie. It's very, very easy to make. It's spinach, apple, avocado, and some stevia and cinnamon, and an amazing quick smoothie that anyone will like. And so this is free for you guys. Just go ahead and click on that. That'll take you to a link. You can just put your name and your email address in, and it'll be sent to you right away. Also, you'll be seeing also another, in a few minutes, I'm going to pop up the next offer, which is for the Zen to Wellness. And then you guys can go over to there. Okay, moving right along, we're going to be closing this up. I wanted to tell you one herb, my number one herb that we should all be using to help to support our physical heart, our emotional heart, our spiritual heart. And this one herb is called the king herb. It's the number one single herb in Chinese medicine. It's the number one herb that has the most research done about it. And it's a medicinal mushroom. And it's called reishi mushrooms. Now, reishi mushroom is a heart tonic. It pacifies the heart. It supports the heart. It's an adaptogen for the heart. And when we mean by adaptogenic herbs, it's something that balances the highs and the lows and brings them into homeostatic balance. So if you're too up and out, it brings you into calmness. If you're in calmness, it gives you that support system so that you have enough energy behind you to start manifesting your own true reality. And so the reishi mushroom is famous because of Confucius. Confucius and all of his students used this mushroom and coined this mushroom the mushroom of immortality. And why do we call it immortality? Well, they realized that this mushroom can slow your heart rate down. It can pacify the irritability by causing it to go into a state of calmness and relaxation. And my personal view of working with so many people over the last almost 20 years, 18 years as a doctor of Chinese medicine, I know that when I check pulses, that the ultimate goal is to have a relaxed pulse. A pulse that talks about longevity is a heart that is at rest, even when things are tumultuous, things that are causing so much difficulty, chaos, irritability. When we can be in calm state, even though there's things around us that are causing us to possibly lose our groundedness, our rooting, those are the times that we know that we can have longevity, that we can have that immortality to speak of, because we're not creating stress in the heart, or to reduce that toxic overload. So reishi mushroom, I use it every single day. You can find this capsulated. You can find it in a raw form. I like getting it in raw form. There's a place called Southwest Botanicals that you can buy organic reishi mushroom, the whole mushroom. And I forgot to bring it, guys. I had one saved, a beautiful specimen of reishi mushroom. I left it in Texas before I left. Unfortunately, I was going to have it to use as a prop to show you. But if you look up Southwest Botanicals, you'll be able to find a 1 pound bag. I think it's somewhere around $30 for a pound, and it's amazing. It's organic. And you can break this up and put it in a pot of water and boil it down and use this tea in everything. I use it in all of my smoothies. If I'm going to make tea in the morning, I use that already tea water in everything that I use when I'm preparing my foods.
Did you mean Star West Botanicals?
Star West, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for that correction.
Yes. Great source for herbs, Star West.
Absolutely. So,
So I love reishi in its tea form when you decoct it and you make it into a tea. And not everyone has the time or the knowledge of how to do decoctions or teas. So if you're not going to do the tea, you can also do just reishi powder and a little bit of almond milk or hot cocoa, or put it in your green smoothie, a little bit of reishi powder. Medicinal mushrooms combine really well in your green smoothies. And you can also buy it encapsulated and take it in encapsulation form. The reishi is great encapsulated. And that's when I travel, I love taking my Chinese tonic herbs encapsulated with me on the road.
Excellent. So I just want to let everyone know that we're going to be winding down in just a few minutes. If you have any questions, we'd love to hear what you have. Comments about how today's webinar went. We'd love to do a short Q&A just for a minute or two. If you have anything, I'll stay on. If Artemis needs to go, if you have something that I can answer for you, I'd love to chat with you. You can always send me an email. Or if you're so inclined, I would love to have you join me for my program Zen to Wellness, which will be starting this Thursday at 7. I think we have it at 7 p.m. And we're going to be doing the next 4 Thursday nights to do a month of transformation of the heart during the beginning of the summer solstice, beginning with this week. If you have anything that you want to bring to the table to heal your heart, to start this summer off right, to get something going, to renew your passion, to start a new project, this is an amazing opportunity. These 4 weeks will give you the opportunity to get clear on what it is your heart's message is, and to bring that message out in the world by cleaning the layers of your heart, to go from the outside to the inside. And it's going to be transformational. And I'm going to be doing all of the work with you. It's not like I'm just created this. I'm going to be doing my daily journaling. I'm going to be talking about what I'm experiencing this entire month with you. And I hope you'll share all of that with me. So any, Artemis, do you see the pop-up for the ad for Zen to Wellness? Okay, cool.
It's up there, yeah.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure that it's up and running. All right, everyone. Artemis, do you have any comments on any follow-up, last things you want to say? Because this went quick. I can't believe we're already done with an hour.
Yes.
But an amazing, I think that this was an amazing webinar. We'd love to hear your thoughts on how this webinar went, what we can do to improve ourselves, because you know what? We're learning along with you guys, and I just want to make this the best opportunity for learning experience for everyone. So I am totally open to hear your thoughts about what we can do to make this a better experience for you next time.
Yes. Yeah, I see we have about 15 people left in our webcast and live. So I really love this conversation, and it needs to happen more in our culture, because the awareness of the 5 elements, the 4 seasons, the organs of the body, our body's relationship to Mother Nature, Mother Earth, and the seasons of the year, and how we ebb and flow through these seasons in our body and our spirit and our breath and our nutrition. This is so needed, because most of us have become disconnected with the earth and nature and the natural elements of earth. In the Chinese 5 element theory, heart, summer, and heart as a focus right now is going to wake so many people up to their connection to Mother Earth, to the elements, and to nature and the seasons. This is an important conversation, and it's so transformational, so profound for all of us to get that deeper connection with Earth through the 5 elements. And right now, get that deeper connection to their hearts in the summertime because we have summer igniting us. We have the season of the summer boosting us to express and heal our hearts better.
You know, that's a great thing that you were just saying. This opportunity with the summer solstice, the movement, this cosmic event, this place that we're at today, there's so much energy projecting us forward to making this next 6 months, this cool down. We're actually at the zenith of our potential that we set the seeds in wintertime. This today is our opportunity to make all of the things that we set in motion back in the winter solstice to its fruition here in this timeline, in this year. This is it. If you had something that you wanted to bring out to the world this year, this is the time to make it happen. And if you're just looking to improve yourself, then this is the time to make it happen. You know, we're going to be coming down and we're going to be coming through summer. We have 2 great months of a really concentrated time to really work on ourselves, to improve our hearts. And, you know, whether you join on me or not, you're going to hear a lot about what's happening through my blog and everything else. I hope that you'll stay tuned. And I look forward to seeing you all on Thursday night as we do our first call with the Zen to Wellness program. Oh, I see somebody asked a little thing about spinach is high in oxalates. That is true. And we always talk about rotating our greens. Obviously, yes, you could use spinach, but you don't have to use spinach all the time. You could use Swiss chard, you could use romaine, you could use kale, you could use any green or a combination of greens inside of there. I just use spinach because most people who are beginners at making smoothies need to have something that's not as strong to start off with. But you're absolutely right. You can't do spinach every single day. All right. Any last final words, Artemis?
No, great online training, great webcast. Let's do another one for the fall.
Absolutely. We're going to be getting ready. And I can't tell. I am already thinking about the program for fall. And I want to tell you this. The energy of fall and what we're going to be doing in fall is so amazing because we're going to be talking about the death and dying process. And this is something that every one of us goes through. Every one of us gets touched by death sometime in our lives, whether it's a family member or somebody that you know, and ultimately within ourselves. And we see this happening in relationships. We see this happening in businesses. We see this over and over and over again about the death and dying process. And what I'm talking about here is the death and dying process of a year. So fall, the fall equinox is that part of us about letting go about everything that we've done for this year. We let that stuff go and we start to go into this hibernation. We start to go into the seed level back into winter time. And next time I'm going to be more prepared for winter. We're going to talk really about setting the seeds that we want to plant in our hearts so that the next year brings us all the fruits that we really want in our lives. And I'm really excited about bringing out these new teachings.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining with us. I hope you appreciated this webinar. We'd love to hear any thoughts. If you enjoyed it, please put it in there. We're going to be signing off, but we're still going to be watching the chat. So please give us a quick how do we do? And we'd love to hear from you. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being here on Sunday, Father's Day, taking this hour out of your day. We appreciate you so much. I love each and every one of you, your spirits. I send my love, deep, deep love to each and every one of you. As I say shalom, as I say salam, as I say peace, as I say shanti, may each and every one of us find that peace inside of our hearts so that we can drink deeply from it and we can give that peace to each and every one of those people that are in our lives that need that medicine deeply. So thank you for being here with us. And We will see you next time. Be on the lookout for all of my new webinars. We've got a ton of new material coming out. Bye for now.